Suppressor and a red dot sound. Like grab this really high power sniper rifle, and then you want to shoot a red dot suppressor. You got your MOV, customized for that. See that example? That's sort of what I envision from everything they talk about. What does Richard do? Well, of course, they talk about how you're in the world, you're grabbing high quality plant carriers, backpacks. That makes sense. High quality weapons.
The opportunities you get at work is incredible. So, your impact.
Hey, Soul Reed. Hold on. I was just listening to you're multitasking. I think technically I am too. I was listening to Modest Mouse and trying to manage my insecurities, you know. But now my attention is all yours. It's weird with these streams that the more I do it, the less people seem interested. I thought like maybe if I did it on a different day, different time, you know, I'd actually see people joining and commenting and whatnot. But it doesn't seem to be the case. It's now I know. I feel good that it is me. It's nothing else is the problem. It is me. That's good to know. Also, you're a degenerate gambler. See, I almost started caring about what you think. Now I know better. I'll be yeah. They'll come. Whether or not they'll say something is another thing, but that's okay. It's okay. Lighting in here is what I like to call shit. Trying to figure it out, man. I mean, now you can now it's just like a more harsh version of bad lighting, so that's good. What's that? Gay grind? Doesn't sound any less sus to me. Poker, I hardly know her. Sounds more like poke him. Um, yeah, I've never been a gambler. I probably should be. You know, they say like video games are meant to get kids into that sort of mindset, but it didn't work on me. It just made me an introverted loser. So, you know, like I suppose if I had an income, I would be blowing it on gambling. Yeah, that's again, see, it's the mind control was doing its job. It's just I need to catch up. I need to be more proactive so that I can have resources to waste, you know? Right, yeah. It sounds like you go to some sort of like the opposite of Gamblers Anonymous. You go to like some place where they teach you how to like justify your vices. I think I go there. I go there every night in my dreams, you know. Then I wake up, my mind's refreshed. I sometimes I go to bed thinking maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm fucked up and retarded, but I wake up fully refreshed thinking, no, today's my day. What is investing? Investing in general is like putting your like attention to something, I suppose, you know, or your resources, anything, putting something putting something towards something else, right? Which is yeah, I can see where you're going with this. That's everything, technically. Because everything's energy, and you know where energy goes, where attention goes, energy flows. So some of that, one of that new age. I think it's a new age thing. I still. I steal so much. I steal so much. It's hard to keep track of. Wow. Okay. It's best if I don't look at the screen. Look at that. You can't even tell I'm black. That's how bad the lighting is in this fluorescent light bulb right above my head. You can't even tell I'm an African American, but like I look like a white guy, you know? But see, while you're worrying about where you're gonna blow your next, I don't know, your last wage, I'm worrying about how much this is making me look like I should be in the next Tim Burton film. You know, he still makes movies like with Johnny Depp in them, right? Boomers. It's either new ages or boomers. There's nothing in between. So I suppose, yeah, we treat it like it's an election. I guess I am going to vote for the new ages over the boomers. Who who's good? I say so much bullshit that I lose track of what people are responding to. I'm on to the next thing. Oh, I almost did a Trump thing, right? Is that how he does it? See, I can never be as cool as Trump. That's why he's president and probably born in America, but that doesn't stop some of them, the black ones, which I am. I am. Remember, exactly. I'm black. You can tell I'm black, right? Yeah, yeah. I mean, doomers are even worse than boomers. You should have said, I wouldn't have even analyzed your statement. I would have just said, absolutely, 100%. Fuck doomers. They're so negative. I fucking hate negative. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Doomers. They're like, I guess that I am one though, right? People who are like chronically online and all they do is complain. That's me. Sometimes I'm not as proactive as some of those losers, and I'll just read other people's complaints all day and feel validated and enraged, you know? And I got no outlet for it. And I think the world understands that, hence the internet. Where are we going to go? You know, Billy Corgan thought he was a cat in a cage, a rat cage or whatever, you know? And that was like, the internet was barely getting started back then. Look at him now. He can't even fucking write any good songs. So that just goes to show you, man, I'm fucking just talking shit. That just goes to show you, you're like, sometimes we can warn ourselves about our own futures, and let's hope to fucking God we're listening. That's all I have to say about it. Yeah, yeah. Do you mean like? See, I don't know. You're probably younger than me. Most people are. Doomer to me, it's not like a groomer, right? Because I fucking hate those guys too. Anything with an ER tends to be toxic and problematic. So I just need to listen to the end of words to know whether I hate them now. I never liked that show ER, case in point, right? But I think that one was made more for the ladies, right? And I've always identified myself somewhat as a male. You know, those hunky dudes. I don't care about that. I don't even notice. Doomer, yeah, man. That's like young people these days, isn't it? See, that's crazy. Like you got the boomers, all they fucking do is complain or brag about how good they had it during the World War II. And and then like young people, they'll probably never even see a war. If there's any war, like World War III, it can probably all be done online. Um, they you know, they've got it good and they complain too. So it's just I think it's easier to be negative, is that's what they say. Um do I have that right though? The Doomers, they're on Reddit. They're on Reddit all the time. Is that what you're talking about? Or are they like a different subset of subhumans? Because I fucking hate them too. You know, like why not? Mm. Yeah, it sucks to get in school. You can't say I didn't read it because I'm illiterate, because they know you're not, because like the education process forces you to be literate from the start. So you can never say I can't do it. I don't know how to read, because then you know they'll put you in like retard class. So that's fucked. That's like it's not entrapment, but it's some sort of. I reckon it's not it's not free will. Schools and whatnot, you know, they hook you in too, kindergarten or whatever. That's like fun. It's like you get to eat fruit and play, and then they slowly. It's like the boiling frog shit, you know. By like third grade, you're like, wait a minute, they're trying to fucking teach me, aren't they? Yeah. By the time you're old enough to know that you're being indoctrinated, it's already too late. You can already count to not 4, 3. You can count to 3, you know. A, B, you know the rest, right? We all know the alphabet. Yeah, so they got you and they're teaching all that Harry Potter stuff, right? Without the fun of flying around on broomsticks. See what I mean? See what kind of like fucking what is it? A shitty deal we get living on this planet? They cuck you every time you look at a screen. That's like, hey, that reminds me of my reality, but it's better. Every fucking thing on the screen. Hey, that's like what I want to do if I had any fucking freedom or resources, you know, or if life had been better or whatever. Everything's like cucking you. Everything you fucking, you know. I think I was not really tuned into that fact until just going on some sort of schizophrenic rant. That's how you find yourself. That's why everyone's saying like being schizophrenic's a bad thing. Well, it works for me, you know, right? Everybody's different. Do people forget that shit? See, so if anyone else watching this right now, like, feel free to jump in though, because like I feel like I'm accidentally telling the truth. Is that how it's coming across, or just it's like, okay, we can see why you drink, why you need to drink, because like what can you back up? The cucking, everything you watch is to make you feel like shit. I know I'm not even just by design, like not like a TikTok algorithm or anything. Everything by design has always just been like, you know, let's make sure that whatever people are seeing is always a little bit better than what they can realistically attain. You know, that's why I feel bad about getting on screen. You know, he says while looking like this. Feel free to jump in, everybody, because I can rant and ramble like nobody else. Like there's no homeless person that can outdo me. But Nan 7 Anna, is that like a Gen Z or a boomer kind of name? So we're talking about like they're both pretty much the same thing, you know. They both have it too good, so all they can do is complain. Because it's scary to actually do things and to test yourself, and maybe like that idea you have of yourself in your head isn't as good as you really are. So it's better to just live in a dream fantasy world, right? Every now and then, like not even baby steps, but half steps to kind of be like, see, I sort of proved it. See, I'm not deluded. I'm not crazy. But yeah, doing stuff, that's fucking terrifying, right? You got to be like really, really good at stuff to actually like bother doing it. Um, I think I just made myself depressed. The regret, are you talking about all the money you've flushed down the toilet gambling? Do they consider that a disease yet? Is it like alcoholism? Has it become so socially acceptable that humans are generally just way too weak to resist it? Let's just call it a disease so nobody feels bad. Is gambling a disease yet at this point, or is it it's still getting there? Give it time. Well, you know, that's what they say at Gamblers Anonymous. That's the fucking first thing they say. That's how we know you. That's how we know. I don't work there, obviously. I don't work at all, obviously. But if I did, the first place that would hire me would be Gamblers Anonymous because I it's a sin. Oh, so you are a boomer. Boomers were like the last generation that believed in sin. You squares. Same dudes that like blew Charlie's head off for fun, right? Do people hey, no, I like that. See? That crazy shit you tell yourself to keep yourself in that gambler's mindset. I can see how it works. That's a good one. If you don't live a life, you ain't gambling. That's exactly right. All right. Well, you've converted me. Where's all my money? I'm gonna I'm going to the casino. Finds a penny. Oh, here it is. Hey, there's a witchcraft again next to the 7 nano. Hey, Alicia, is it? I see at this point, is it Alicia or Alicia? Because like I've just been saying Alicia. Just I think at this point it's less awkward to just tell me what I've been saying is right. Means take shots. Oh, good, good. Yeah, the one I've been saying. Now I'm going to deliberately start saying the other one. Um, take shots. You mean like of alcohol? So you're a gambler and an alcoholic? Makes sense. Yeah, because like my only frame of reference for that name is like Alicia Silverstone, but I think it's like I was thinking about that. Like people say Alicia Silverstone because it has that. It's a very sort of satisfying cadence. Again, like the C's and the S's in kind of like a that sort of motion. And so I don't know, maybe that was a like publicist making sure that everyone said it a certain way helps with the brainwashing. Yeah, but yours works better with your last name if that is your real last name. Savage. Alicia Savage, yeah. So it's got like, I don't know, the SA kind of thing. Not like that. Yeah, it is. But like, with the taking risks thing, I get stuck in my head too much. I like analyze everything. By the time that's done, like the moment has passed or whatever, or you just get paralyzed by fear, mostly of rejection and failure, I suppose. Um, the but what you're saying, soul reader, is you're more of a doer, right? Which is, I agree, that's what this world rewards. Um, I don't know if anyone's seen the movie Idiocracy, but there's this. The movie starts, and I'm not trying to compare you to this demographic, soul reader. Um, there's like rednecks, right? Like real uneducated people, and they just like this dude Joe Bob, whatever, has like 50,000 kids because all he does is fuck. And then there's like a intellectual couple who are married, and they're just waiting for the right time to have kids, and eventually like the husband goes sterile or whatever, and so then they can't have kids, and that explains, that's the whole preface of the movie, how the world is so stupid because people who think it's a detriment in this kind of society, and people who don't think, you're rewarded, hence the president. And it's shown in that movie too. The president of America in the future is like the basically the Rock. You know what I mean? Like a world wrestler, like the biggest world wrestler, becomes president, and I mean that's probably you'd probably want that over Trump because at least the dude's fit. You know what I mean? Like when wartime comes, you want a president that could kick ass, and I don't know. These days they just got like flaccid old men. Yeah, I hit a wall recently. I was feeling like real super confident, and like I had a lot of momentum it wasn't even the beating that did it. Like that didn't really phase me. It's something that happened in between where I feel like I've just gone backwards and I don't care about anything. It's probably just the stars, right? You know, just astrology. You just got to wait for that wheel to spin. Once it's done that, then you'll feel great, right? But it kind of does work like that. Yeah, it's a cool last name. It's a little bit scary, honestly. Um, what's up? What's up? Oh, you mean like the Budweiser commercials? You're like, what's up? Right? I'm not gonna do the tongue thing, but you know, like what's up? You know, like is that what you mean? Like what's up? What's the strangest thing I own? Uh, I'm not like a real big possessions guy. I don't know. I can't think of anything. I did just think of something, but it's definitely not something I'm gonna say. Is it a real magic wand? Is that what you use at the? I don't know. Do you play? Where do you go to a casino or just like you play poker with friends or something? You bring that and you don't like your hand, so you got to do it subtly. Like you got to say, "Hey guys, look over there," and they go, "What?" And then ding, you change, or you can change their cards. Is that what it's for? Someone I just thought of something, and what's her name? Smoke Criminal. One of my dear viewers, love them. Pointed out it was like some crazy video where I'm like, my toes falling off, therefore it means that I am, the second coming of God or one of those fucking things. And in the background, like you can see like my TV and shit. And that comment on this like insane video where I'm saying just like weird as shit is why do you own two PS5s? So there you go. My the weirdest thing I own is a second PlayStation 5, you know. I give Soul Reader a lot of shit for being a degenerate gambler, but I'm a degenerate gamer, so who am I to talk? Not really, actually. It's crazy. Right after I like filled my PlayStation with like all the games in the world, I realized I fucking hate video games. I don't want to like. It's that thing that people say sometimes, like when you get to the top, like when you can have anything, you're like, I don't fucking want anything. Why did I think I did? But it's all like where like glasses or cups or bowls, if you will, with things you can put shit in is what I'm trying to say. And we're just like, well, I'm made to, have stuff, put into me, like, experiences and uh, drugs and shit. And then you do it, and then you're like, oh, well, that doesn't make me like happy. I know that none of this is like new shit, but my job on camera is literally to filibuster until something happens. So I'm just throwing shit at the wall, and maybe it's good. It's therapeutic because I haven't really spoken to any other what do you call it, like flesh and blood human in a while. So yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. I know what you mean about a magic wand that every man has that creates life. Is that what you meant, like that thing? What's the to know system dynamics, like how the world works? It I thank you for saying that. I don't know how I'm wise because I don't have any life experience. My life experience, and I guess I do say this sometimes to people. You can learn a lot from other people's mistakes, you know? If well, for me being who I am, life is basically a series of like avoiding pain and mistakes and shit. Which it doesn't help you grow, but it can keep you out of the hospital and stuff for the most part. So yeah, I think that a lot of people and they don't tend to like well, it's just like with parents and kids and stuff. Like my parents are just repeating the same mistakes that their parents made, etc. And it just fucking goes on and on like that. And I was like, I even my brother and sister to an extent do the same thing. So like I am an anomaly in that entire like family tree or whatever, that I'm the only one who's like, I'm not gonna fucking do anything that these people did because I don't want to be like them at all. And I thought that every fucking generation was raised with that mentality through like music culture and whatnot, like we're not going to take it. Not that specifically, but um just how that whole idea of, fuck you, man. Like I don't want to be like you. Like you're my enemy. Like just like parents and kids. It's always divided. It's always designed that way every single generation. So I don't understand how like they still fucking fall into the exact same traps that their retard parents fell into, like the exact fucking ones, and have no self awareness of it. So it goes back to that thing which I've been sort of like pushing away, not literally, but in case you don't have the sound on, right? Um, this idea of the matrix, sometimes like it's not that I believe this fucking place is real or that I care about it, but your emotions ground you into your reality that you're in. I mean, you could be playing a literal video game for like days on end and it fucking just starts seeming like your own reality because all you're thinking about is real life and all you're feeling is your own problems. And so, like, there's no real difference between how you experience the outside world and how you experience a screen, depending on how invested you are in it. And like lately, I've become like I forget more that this isn't real. Um, I guess I'm fell into a trap of self improvement somewhat, and most people they fall into a trap of like wanting to fit in. So that's how you get into like a marriage or having kids and needing to have a fucking job and all that stuff. Like I think the like I'm different to other people in that like yeah I can like forget that this place doesn't matter so much, but I'm never gonna like fall into the same pattern that they did. What like what I'm talking about with like how parents will be like they'll hit their kids or worse or whatever, and then the kids grow up and they have kids and they hit their kids or worse. But they still like they blame their parents like you fucked me up, blah blah blah, and they don't see or acknowledge on any level that they're doing that to their own children. And I don't understand how like they don't get that. Oh, okay, well that scarred me horribly, irreversibly. There's no way I can do that to another person. Yeah, it's. Would you say it's typically like a black sheep kind of thing? Because like I think in my family, I'm the scapegoat. It was weird though. Before like I ever decided that I would just basically be invisible to the world, um, my potential was being kind of what's the word? I'll just say fucked with because like it encompasses a lot of the ways that like I could have been somebody, but I wasn't given any support or encouragement or validation or acknowledgement from my parents. Unless I felt like I fucking had to ask. I had to ask for it. I still do. it's I guess it goes along with the whole idea of not like falling into the same sort of programming brainwashing that the previous generation fell into. When they can see that you're not like one of the cogs that's turning with them, then they'll turn on you. Hey, someone clip that. I just kidding. But that's I think that's a good way of putting it. Is that the reason that you're singled out is because you're not, you know, you're not going with the flow, so to speak. You probably are going with the flow because like you're resisting what's unnatural, but this world is opposite. It's, you know, generally meant to be like that for anyone who's not like totally fucking insane. It's see lately I've been wondering about like yeah, exactly. In a way that's like my favorite movies, The Truman Show, They Live. It has that same theme of showing that other people are really just like walking security cameras, and you know, like with high end, I don't know, face reading, body language detecting shit. Yeah, they notice any anomalies, and then they start running the script, which is to basically independent thought alarm. You know, we have one who can see, etc. But like, are these people who like it? Because it's probably fuck, probably everyone I've ever met. You know, I really do feel like the Truman Show, like Jim, the what's his name, Truman, right? What's his first name? It can't be like True. It is Truman. Burbank? Burbank. That's crazy. Okay, so I watched that movie and I think his last name is Truman because it doesn't really. It's not like a common first name. This is ADHD sort of shit. What I'm doing right now. They say that, but it's probably just I'm super smart and I can think of multiple things at once. But like, we'll pretend I'm a retard. It's ADHD. I'm a victim. Anyway, yeah. So like, his name was Truman Burbank, right? Probably wouldn't have had the same ring to it if they called it the Burbank Show. That's where they film it, right? They film it, Burbank, California. That's probably where like that whole set is. I don't know. Who gives a shit, really though? Um, Yeah, but like, are these people what I was saying? Are these people who, you know, no matter what, you can have a like really great spiritual conversation, emotional, whatever. You can get to the bottom of things. You can be like, wow, fuck, you know, they've got so many. I was trying to think of what, like there's a lot to them, you know. They're dynamic or whatever. Then they can just fucking snap back into being like actual retards, like so stupid and so like I don't know, lacking what's that word where you self control that you're just like, what the fuck? Like it's like a band, it just snaps back. And like my theory is that they are projections or whatever. But as you talk to them, the matrix sort of has to load in sanity and spirituality with them so that like the entire scene isn't ruined, the jig isn't up, you know. Because like that's with my mom. She hates me whenever she has to see me, and then we have an argument, and then like I break her emotionally, and like that's like what they have to do in the military. I have to fucking like have a vicious argument with her just so that I can speak to her, and her tone changes to that of a mother's tone rather than a I don't know, a person who you don't even care about. Oh yeah, I mean that's I'm not yeah, that I agree, and I'm a strong believer of my own personal power. The problem is you go out there and they don't fucking know what it is. They don't know like my personal power is basically kryptonite to the average Joe, as far as I can tell. So it's not you know, it's like getting an invisibility spell. Like that's fucking sick. But you go to a place where like everybody's see through anyway. It's like, oh, you fucking kidding me? That's my superpower on this planet. You know, that's kind of. I think that's unless I'm just trying to like see. I'm trying to intellectualize my own mental illness. You know, like you do with the gambling. Do you guys appreciate that I can be a little bit of a prick sometimes like that? Because like I don't really have any strong opinions. I don't. I've never been a fan of gambling because I know that it can ruin people's lives worse than nearly everything. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's well, see, that's one of those things. Like in general, if I was talking to a person in real life, I wouldn't exactly be like that until like they really got to know me, which never happens really. But yeah. See, that's the type of thing. I don't feel like I could just be that dysfunction, that abrasive and confrontational with people in general, because they're just not ready for it, man, you know. Or is that like a normal way of people behaving? Because I never meet people like that. So it's like, am I just deliberately not exposed to anyone like me so that I just assume that if I'm going to be myself, it's too much? Like, I can't fucking tell. I go out, like, this is good. I like talking here because it's like, okay, there's like, we have common ground. It seems like there's some sort of like, yeah, just mutual understanding. But I don't get that when when I leave the house generally. I just get fucking anxiety, like, oh, I become so insecure. Oh, okay. So what you're saying is like gamblers get really good at reading people's body language and they can understand like they can read their tells. It's like, you can usually tell someone's insecurity if you're pretty like cluey with that sort of stuff. Okay, I understand. Okay. I'd probably be a good gambler if I was a bit more degenerate. Norm Macdonald, like he was a degenerate gambler. Like he literally fucking blew hundreds of thousands of dollars, I think. And like he was nearly poor, and he had like a decent amount of money left. He literally threw it into the New York River or whatever because he knew he would just gamble it. Or that's what he said because it made a good story. Okay. That was maybe a series of words I didn't like. I read the sentence, I went back, and I was like, okay, demographic society real estate. What does that mean? Cryptocurrency. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any experience with that stuff. To me, it sounds like a scam because it has the word crypto, which basically refers to death. So it's kind of like saying it's dead money. I understand that you can be good at it and you can somehow turn it into a profit, but I think for the most part, it's like anything. It's going to fuck more people over than it's going to benefit. That's kind of how the scam makes money, like a bank, I suppose. Did any of that fucking make sense? Sorry. So, Nan Seven Anna, you sense yourself too. You get like real insecure or whatever. Endless life. Fuck. That sounds. I hope that's not true. It already feels like it fucking never ends. In a good way. I'm not gonna miss it. Yeah, I mean, simulation, dream, they're probably the same thing because, like, I think they show in most of those movies the person who's in the simulation is unconscious, so that you're probably sleeping in some sort of sleep-induced state. That's how your brain can, all that shit. It can start operating on a level that the machines can manipulate. You probably literally probably have to be in that REM state to be engaged in a simulation on this level. My thing is like, how they say like spiritually you're awake or you're asleep. What if that's fucking literal? And like, so if you're like aware, whatever awake is spiritually, at the moment, like your eyes are open in the machine, but you're like in some sort of in between state where they're just sort of like micromanaging you. And I don't know what, like if there's a difference between a person who's in the simulation, awake and asleep, like what does that look like and what does that mean? Or the difference is probably people unconscious with a smile and then people unconscious with a frown. Yeah, because I mean, they show it in a lot of movies, and it's not the exact same picture, but none of them contradict each other. It's just like it's like a room, and the rules are you need a couch, a table, a chair, and a TV. And it's like, well, there's only so many configurations of that, but the truth is, those are the elements that are always there. So it's like, a movie is going to be like, well, stylistically, we're going to make it look like pods, purple pods filled with gelatinous goo, blah, 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 or we're going to make it look super clean and clinical. And who knows? In reality, all those options are probably true. There's the there's the free VR simulation they just have for the public, and then there's places you pay, and then there's premium places where you can go. And I feel like right now I accidentally went to one of those free ones, that anyone can fucking do. Like the booth I'm sleeping in right now smells like you're in the VR chamber or whatever. It smells like hobo piss, and all of that is seeping into my awareness. And it might not even be a bad simulation, but the fact that I can smell the previous person's urine inside this VR simulation, it's clouded my mind with all this negativity, right? So that's the problem. Some fucking homeless person pissed in my booth. That's why all this is happening. I'm not mentally ill. For a not mentally ill person, he seems to say that a lot. That's usually how talking works, right? The more you say something, the truer it is. Yeah. There is that witchcraft stuff there on your name again, Nance. Can anyone else see the witchcraft? See, now I'm sounding schizophrenic. I was doing so well. What I would love, just notice him. What I would love is like a sound machine, right? So when I say something funny, most times when I say something, I just press like the crowd laughter button. Yeah, that would be great actually. Flashcard 10, tangible points. It sounds like membership benefits or something. We've moved on to that section of the timeshare presentation, have we? I thought we were just shooting the shit. I thought you were my friend. Right? I worked in a call center one time, and I didn't sell timeshare, but I got people to agree to go to the timeshare. Um, so that's pretty persuasive, I would say. I was like a full-on retard too. I was well, don't want to say autistic because who knows? Like, autism, for all we know, that could just mean you're a real person. Of course, you're not going to like get along with robots. The fuck? You're not a robot. Imagine if, yeah, fuck, man. If I had someone like, if I knew me and I had someone just say that shit to me, I'd be like, fuck yeah. But yeah, I got to remember to watch this one back. This is a good one. Yeah, no, yeah, working because we have the same life, right? That's probably what made you all fucked up and shit, is that working in a call center. Blatant realities. Like people just do things for X, Y, Z, you know, is that what you're talking about? Like that's it's just like it's indisputable sort of kind of way of looking at the world. Like basically everything's for money and or sex. One usually, yeah, it's usually just money and then sex. um well what was your worst experience working in a call center? Well, that I mean, that stuff, the chemtrails and whatnot, that's like that's blatantly obvious to people who look up. And like I've said in the past, looking up, that's a double meaning thing because usually people who are curious, they're going to be looking stuff up online. They're the exact same people who are more likely to look up and observe their full surroundings. Like I did this thing about 2 months ago where I was just asking strangers what color the sun was during the day. And some of them told me it's yellow, although this wasn't during the day. But like some people literally think the sun is yellow during the day. It's fucking literally white. It used to be yellow. It's white now. It only has color yellow, sometimes red, orange, when it's rising and setting. And I said a million times, you can tell like at some point it reaches a thing where they do something to it that takes its life force, its life-giving properties from it. It like a filter, a screen. That's maybe the chemtrails. That once it's in a certain at a certain height, it's in that like phase of whatever the chemtrails are in the sky, and they kind of blur it out or whatever. Well, that sounds horrible. But obviously, you did something to deserve it. Clearly, I think like the blocking the sun. It's like everything they do. There's like at least three reasons for it. Number one, vampires. They fucking hate it, and they're the ones, make call all the shots. That could be like the only reason they need, but obviously it fucks us over. It makes us sick, which then we become reliant on the healthcare industry. Um, the thing you said, whatever it was. I complain when there aren't comments, and then when there are, I can't read them. Oh, right. Yeah, spiritual update. So that's again like sort of that's like this the metaphysical aspect of it. I also believe because it's like a white light that obviously it's hotter and it burns the skin more, like John was saying there. That yeah, it's pretty evil, pretty evil. I think that the whole rule of evil is to like do the worst shit they can imagine. So like, well, I mean, the moon's out pretty much the whole like all the time during the day. You just can't tell because it's so fucking cloudy. But whenever there is sun, I recall being able to see the moon during the day for like the last 5 years at least. And when I was growing up, I don't remember that being a normal thing. I may have seen it a few times and been like, wow, that's crazy. So like I can see the other side of the world right now, even though those circles in the sky are the same size. Like the fuck? But that's what it is now. Like, shouldn't it be where the moon can be seen? It should be like dark. I don't. Neil deGrasse Tyson could walk in right now and completely call me a retard, and I would have to own that. But we don't have the smartest man in the world with us right now. We only got me. All I'm you know what I mean? Is that how it's meant to work? I'm trying to go back to all they taught me in school, which was like at nighttime, Mr. Moon comes out and he smiles on you, he says good night. Yellow Sun, Sagittarius universe. 5 years ago. See, exactly right. You guys like know any witchcraft or something? I know that Anna probably does with all those hobo stay away kind of etchings on the post. Did anyone else see that? Someone else did it the other night. I'm not saying they did it, but it's weird that it appears on certain things. I just wondered, like the moon stuff, if it's like witchcraft, because like I say, if it's out pretty much all the time, then if you have to do a spell when the moon is out, you could probably do a spell all the time. I'm just trying to figure out a reason for why it is other than, they're retards and it's a glitch. Mm. Just like in the Truman Show, the I don't know if I mentioned this before, but one time um I was going to bed and there was another person there, and the curtains were closed, and we both heard a sound that sounded like uh, a lens, like a zoom lens going like zzz, like that. First there was a flash in the room. It was like, what the fuck was that? And then there was like we heard the sound of like a lens zoom, but like none of the windows were open or anything. But the it sounded like camera equipment being like, like that. Someone doing that in the room, in the bedroom, but then no one was there. So I don't know what the, like, well, that's convenient. They just mysteriously disappeared. Which city? Which city is that? Seriously though, which city is that? Oh, holy shit. Oh, okay. I just got something, John, with the switching universes. I was talking before about, and this is what I say sometimes when you ask a question, sometimes you'll get the answer, and it won't be like directly, like it won't be a direct response to your question. I was thinking out loud before about what's the difference between a person who's in the VR who is awake in the simulation, someone who's asleep. I think the difference is that this shit happens where your universe gets it gets knocked off orbit. So when you wake up to the fact that it's fake, that's when you exist in the reality where it's proven to be fake, where the sun isn't a sun. The Mandela effects are like, there's no fucking way that line was terrible before. There's no fucking way every single famous line from everything that was influential is now not only different, but fucking worse. that, like, no one, I know I've been on a rant about this. No one's pointed that out. Every Mandela, like from just a script writing, a slogan, a words on a page, fucking viewpoint. Every single Mandela effect is retarded. Like it's been gutted of what made it memorable. You know, so just like shit like that. It's the most impassioned I've been. Like it's in so long. It's nothing. Um, but how does this sit with everybody? This theory, which I'm treating as fact, but yeah, it's and in I did that video too. I think I'm the only person who's pointed out that it's a money making scheme as well, the Mandela effect. Because if you look at all the logos that have changed, they've become simplified, or they're missing a letter or two letters. Now, if you think about printing costs, it's going to cost more money to print more. Like that's why people go with very sort of simple graphic design, because you're going to have to pay for the ink. You're going to have to pay for the someone to put that on a fucking sign, whatever it might be, especially before digital. So if you go back retroactively and now you're paying for like one less color, one less letter on every single thing you've had to pay print for, you'd be like millions and millions of dollars ahead of where you would have been otherwise. So for the billionaire perspective, where they like squeeze every cent from everything, the Scrooge McDuck kind of mentality, that's, I would say, if I can figure that out, then a fucking billionaire would be able to figure out that if they had the ability to go back and make their logo shorter, their name shorter, that's going to that'll be free money for the me now, you know? Well, yeah, it could definitely be like a memory saving thing as well, but it doesn't stop it from being a money thing. You know what I mean? It's like the simulation could be a dream and virtual reality. It probably, it's probably both. But it does work that way. If you start printing less, you have to pay less. Are there still like new Mandela effects? Because I just tuned out I just tuned out from wanting to hear how shitty things are now. Like I don't want to know that things aren't right anymore. But and from what I could tell, they already like messed with everything that was quotable. You're not trying to say pennies. No, I think you'd be surprised if 50 years of paying like I don't know, dollars less each time, it's going to be millions of dollars. The internet can, but I know the difference. I've got a very good memory, and I could probably even tell you if something was a Mandela line versus like if I'd never heard the line. You have to understand like which line is stronger. That's how you can tell which is the original, because things only became popular because usually like they have a double meaning. Like they have a spirit. That's probably pretty much it. They had a spiritual aspect to like the line. It works for the average person who's just like, that sounds like a cool thing to say in a moment, and it works in a way where it's like, fuck, that's deep. Like well, they're not all like that. They probably are, but I'm not going to try and prove that in real time. Go watch that video that I made. That sucks. Different printed Bibles, yeah, like all languages were invented on the same day to make sure that um, everybody was afraid of each other. Back before law, like people killed each other way more often. Uh, like you can only imagine like the minor misunderstanding. I've noticed this with other languages, like because my mom's from New Zealand, she knows like Maori and stuff. So many of their words sound like angry cussing to Australians, and those two like nationalities would have like bumped heads in the past. Like no joke, like they have words like in New Zealand, like fucker papa, and there's a lot of fucker and then another word, and because like the dialect is sort of like some dialects are a lot angrier by nature, like not Korean, but like those Asian ones where they're like Chinese, I guess, like ching chong pow, like it's like, geez, they sound like they hate me or whatever. Um, that it has that sort of energy to it, and then you like so a person who doesn't speak that, they speak English and they know what fucker papa means to them. Um, you meet some tribe people like that, you're just probably going to blow their heads off, save time. He was insulting my honor, probably. I think that happened at least once. So I think about scenarios in which people have been killed in the past. I'm like, yeah, that, it's like, you call it social engineering. Like, if you're a real sick fuck who can think of these things, and you had power, you'd put them into action and see how they went, probably. Yeah, German's a good one. That's actually probably the best example. Hitler, fucking hell, man. He was probably saying like the most beautiful shit about killing Jews, but because of the way he said it, it sounded bad. That's crazy. They were like awake sheep, like they knew that they were suckers. The Yeah, yeah. Like I'm very what's the word? Ignorant. See, I couldn't even think of it. I'm very ignorant about history because I said the other night, I don't give a fuck about what they say happened in the past because I know the shit that's happening right now isn't true. So how fucking stupid would I be if I'd listened to someone tell me about, well, in 1941, President Taft said this to, it's like, no, he didn't. Probably, no, he didn't. No, no, I'm not as into Hitler as you are. Ignatius White Man? That sounds like a boxer, but ironically, he's black. Maybe I'm not sober. Yeah, well, the Hitler thing's a psyop on the level where it's like everyone fucking hates Jews, but everyone has to pretend that this guy who tried to kill all the Jews is bad. And then it's like, well, but then you do look at him and you're like, you hear about stuff. It's like all he ate was shit, and and he blew his own. He was a coward. He took the coward's way out. Okay, Hitler. Okay, so I don't know anything about this guy, right? But like sometimes people are compromised politically, especially, and this can mean that they are like replaced. And there was like face reading thing. Pasopa Insights did Hitler's face reading, and like someone in the comments pointed out, like you could clearly tell there's a different Hitler in some pictures. Like it's a different guy. Like the Beatles and all that did that too. Um, that maybe he was replaced with like the one who would be, who would take the fall, so to speak. Your uncle, so I've read that already, and it's like, okay. Oh, okay. So you don't. Oh, do you hear about the animal activism? Because I can see like that's probably something that like Peter would put out because like Peter's one of those like what do you call it? They're fake. They're made to make people who care about animals look insane. So I could see them like being like, Hitler wasn't all bad. He was an animal activist, and then like the power of people hating Hitler will make them hate people who love animals even more by association. Um, okay, so was his thing actually killing Jewish people? Like, was the stuff about his bloodline wanting to keep the bloodline pure? I think because like that's actually something that I believe in. Like, it's so frustrating that guns are illegal in Australia because like I would just mow down nearly everybody honestly at this point. Like, we got to start over. We got to start over. Oh, that's good because I don't believe in violence whatsoever. Great uncle seems a little more plausible. See, I know that you're a gambler, which means that you're a risk taker, which means that sometimes you're probably going to say things that aren't quite true because it gives you this little rush. Is he going to believe me? He's going to talk about this like he believes about. I could probably make this guy cry about my uncle who worked for Hitler. This guy cries at anything. You know, you're thinking shit like that. I'm on to you. Trump's like Hitler now. Trump's the new Hitler. Oh, that's the thing too. They put the word hit right in the name. I say this all the time with mind control, the way that language works, spells and whatnot. They put the intent in the name. So having hit in there, how could you not love him, right? That's why I'm changing my name to, oh boy, Hitler. Well, I'm changing my name to Hitler. Was that real society, John? I'm trying to make sense of that gibberish. That's my best shot at understanding. Um, no, no. Well, I'm not saying you're lying, but so like he had like the inside scoop on like the real Hitler. He got to know him real well, and like he was a stand-up guy and whatnot. Like, did his breath smell like human feces at all? Hmm. So what were the internment camps and shit? Was that just like they were just killing everybody and they because it was like a Jewish run conspiracy, and I think throughout history they've deliberately like culled those with empathy and those with creativity. Hitler means thunderstorm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Real society. I'd have to go back and read that comment for to know what it meant now. Oh yeah. See, now you're trying to make me cry. um. Yeah. No, I understand that. It's just animal. It's just yeah, total animal cruelty for the sake of it, which is pretty much what slaughterhouses and even farms are for. Like people think that um, there's no pain and suffering in milk and eggs and shit. There absolutely is. Oh, oh, okay. I don't know your last name. Thunderstorm. That's pretty cool. So what was he like? What chemicals or whatever was he making? Okay, Europa. Isn't that like a U2 album? That's probably what they're referring to. See, so stupid. Zooropa, they were probably like, that was, yeah, okay. I knew that. Pleiadians? They're like, are they the good, they're like good aliens. Oh, okay. I mean, they're fake. I knew they were fake. Yeah, aside from like the everybody killing each other part, I'm pretty sure that happened. There's some, yeah, it's, um, really, really like really sick stuff that happens in war. Mm. See, I wouldn't necessarily like to actively learn about that sort of stuff. At a certain point, like when I know something's bad, I don't really want to hear any more of it. I've already sort of like made, I've made the scenes up in my head already. And it's like, okay, not always, but like, yeah, it's when I'm in a darker place, I suppose I can handle that a bit more. But it was still very much shooting and killing and maiming and et ceteraing other people, right? Yeah, exactly. That's like, my grandfather was, he drove the tanks in World War II. Not all of them, obviously, but, then he was still, like, super traumatized. He, like, I guess that's probably the safest place he could have been during World War II is in a tank, and he was, like, really fucked up. I never met him, and he wasn't even my dad's real dad, which my dad didn't even find out about until, well, he never found out. He died, and we found out afterwards. It's all like war is blood sacrifice. I think, for whatever reason, the devil at certain points asks for a big number. And if they haven't been doing a real good job with the vaccinations and shit, and road fatalities and homicides and shit in society, they're like, okay, well, how are we going to get our numbers up? A war? But it could all literally just be poor planning and people being unevolved and whatnot, and the reason they don't do it. They don't need to do it anymore, right? They don't need a World War III because like the world is always in conflict these days. Like there might be too much loosh that they like. It might be at a certain point they don't make the world as shitty as they could because their moon or whatever isn't built with the capacity to take all that loosh. So it would be a waste. So they only make sure that every single country is in some sort of violent conflict or whatever at all times, and that'll just keep it. That'll keep it full. Just get a drink of water. I never that no, 1984 wasn't on the curriculum in Australian schools, I don't think, unless that's just like a different era. Um, I am aware of 1984. It's a year before 1985. Oh, okay. So that's like that that's their way of like that karmic thing, that rule or law they have where like they always have to tell you what they're doing to you, so they make you read this book that basically explains World War Three. Oh, okay. So I had no, I haven't even seen that. Well, that's yeah, that's just what I deduced or whatever is that like they don't need an official World War Three because there's always wars going on all the time these days. It's just normal. People, yeah. Imagine if there wasn't. That would be weird. It would feel weird. I see. See, I guess that's why I never read books. It's not because I'm stupid like people say. It's because I can tell just from looking at the cover. Well, they say, like all stories, there's only like 10, 8 to 10 to 12 different like stories you can tell. So if you've watched a lot of TV like me, yeah, you start to see the patterns, being like, yeah, yeah, I think I know how this one goes. And fucking that goes for real life too. If you study people enough, you're like, yeah, I although again, I don't know. I don't have the most experience with that, but if I tell myself I do, it makes me feel like I'm not crazy. But that could be the unhealthiest thing I could be doing mentally. Is it a good book? And by good book, I don't mean like the Bible, which sucks. Um, is 1984 actually a good one? Because like I remember the shit they made us read was just I swear it was to make us hate reading. Oh, I guess it worked. Um, the stuff they make you read in Australia is just absolute dog shit. And even if you do read like someone that you already like know have heard of, like Shakespeare, it's like it's not you're not reading like Macbeth or Hamlet or anything like that. You're reading like the Accountant of Venice or whatever. It's like fuck that. You can tell from the title that's not going to be a good one. You know what I mean? We were made to read gay shit like no, what was it like 7 degrees of separation? I swear the shit they made me read in English class, it made me fucking hate reading. You read it because everyone else was reading it. This book about like it's anti-individuality, and it's like that's ironic as the series of words I'm trying to construct. Uh, oh yeah, yeah. There's a joke in Beavis and Butthead, which most people say is like it's a dumb show. It's a really smart show. To write dumb people accurately, you have to be like you have to you have to know what being dumb is, which dumb people don't know. They think they're smart. But anyway, Beavis and Butthead, they're watching just absolute like horrible morning TV, and they're like, "This is making me want to go to school or whatever." And then it cuts to the next scene, and they're actually, yeah, they say, "I think it's working," and it cuts to the next scene. So it explains they literally put horrible things on in the morning to force kids to go to school, even if they're like latchkey kids or something. I've totally fucking. I wish I could just throw to a clip. I would have just said, "There's this funny scene, Beavis and Butthead. Wait on, hold on a second," and then oh well. So I haven't got. I don't know if I've gotten like an official review on this 1984 book. Is it good or is it? Sometimes stuff's like so pretentious that people just assume that it's smart. Like, wow, this stuff's going over my head. It's this is a classic. Yeah, it's like predictive programming. So I'm not sure how that works. If they put it in front of us so that we can visualize it and actually like bring it into existence, or if it's that thing where they have to tell you their plan, and if you do nothing to stop them, then it's your own fault kind of thing. Um, I guess it could be both, like I say with other things. Yeah, to desensitize people is basically one of the main intents of all entertainment is to, especially, I mean, it's so blatant these days, just to like traumatize children at a very young age. That's like Disney's whole thing. Obviously sexualize them subliminally at a young age, prep them for those kinds of things. It comes out sideways, kind of. It's almost like alters. Um, yeah, well, John, with the book, it could be, literally, like the CIA probably comes to people of, what do you call it? Influence, talent, and whatnot. Ask them to write. Can you write a book about X, Y, and Z? We'll pay you $1 million. Okay. Like you don't, like you're just a patsy as the creative. Yeah, Animal Farm. That's another one. See that I've heard of, but I haven't read. It's like a Pink Floyd album, right? It's a Chevy Chase movie. The shit that I do know. So don't assume that anything intellectual is going to be on my radar. Just like just Chevy Chase. Uh, yeah, yeah. I mean, see, I didn't have to read it. It's what I kept trying to tell to my teachers. Well, as we said, we're it's hard not to get it because you're living it. Isn't that right? Ugh. I didn't mention why I'm streaming right now. It's because I can't walk. Did I put that in the title? I don't know. Who knows? Um, yeah, like it's incredibly painful to walk right now. It feels like I've been nailed in place. It's like God has spiritually nailed me to the floor to make sure that I'm safe today, that I'm not in any sort of danger, and I can be here. And I don't fucking know, but seriously, sometimes like, yeah, if I've been overdoing it lately, my body sort of like turns on me. So not that I need to explain myself, but that's just to fill the awkward space here because I don't know any of this smart stuff you guys are talking about. Um, it's weird. It's just like on both sides of my feet, under my ankles, there's swelling, and it fucking, like I said, it's incredibly painful to walk right now. And that's all when I'm down here in Burley, which is my mum's house. I love walking because it's yeah, there's a nature trail right by the ocean and the forest, and It's a good way to feel like you exist. But I can't do that today. Literally, I tried, and it was so painful that I had to come back, which sucked too because like I had to walk back. But it's a good thing I didn't push myself because I'd probably be like at the hospital right now. Not to be too dramatic, but I'd probably be dead in the ground. Yeah, yeah, they can regrow these ones. Hey? Kind of look like it, huh? But there's a less yellow. Vampires can regenerate. If entertainment has taught me nothing else, it's that vampires can regenerate. Striking bear is what's that? That's like a yoga pose or something. We're getting new age now. Oh, that's a person. Oh yeah, striking bear. Okay. Yeah, Spice Bear and whatnot. Do you guys know about that Spice Bear person and that she says that she was not well Sam Hyde's girlfriend or something, you know? And she's like, is that any of that true? Like, because I don't know if she had any proof of it per se. She was like the only underage chick that Sam Hyde dated that he didn't bludgeon. So she's got like an axe to grind. She's like, "What's wrong with me, Sammy? Like, why didn't you hit me like you did the other girls?" No, yeah, no injury at all. Like I'm used to walking. I love walking a lot. See, I this happened before where I thought my legs were fucking broken, and it's just like something just happens. It's to stop me from doing it because I go out. It's basically validation, really. Um, and I probably got to learn to like just feel what's that fucking word? I don't know, good about myself without anyone else's reactions or whatever. But like wasn't wearing any different sort of shoes, wasn't going like I wasn't pushing myself. I've usually exercised way more than this. But yeah, I think it's hard to explain, but it feels spiritual because like my day would not have been this if it was up to me. Not to say that I'm not enjoying this. See, I just realized that what I just said was bad. But yeah, I'm actually glad that I'm doing this instead of that because yeah, it's been ages since I talked to someone, and this is probably healthy. And I don't know what your guys' lives are like, but for me, it's really cool to have people who are on a similar wavelength, and I can just say shit, and I don't feel like I'm gonna be arrested. Oh yeah, with the Donald Marshall stuff. See, I've said this before too, but when I first heard about that, I thought it was like 9% bullshit. But it really, yeah, I mean, a lot of it lines up. And I've had a lot of time to sort of observe patterns and think about it and like and like really test what he has talked about. And yeah, it might be more or less completely true, everything that he said. It's just so fucking crazy sounding that you know you can't comprehend it. Yeah. But see, and is that like where people like us like is that where like how we seem to normies like they're just like they're not aware of what we're aware of, so like that's the discrepancy because like that's not how I read it. The way I read it is that they are like subhumans and they're basically the others, you know, they're a threat to true human creativity and potential. The whole, you know what I mean? But is it literally just a consciousness thing and they could be made aware of it, because like um it does. I want to believe that, but then it doesn't always seem like that, and that maybe that's just when I get in my own head about things. Sometimes when I am social, it's like very rarely too. I'm like, wow, I'm so judgmental. Everybody like they have their own problems and their own experiences and whatnot, and like what I saw that time might have just been my own like confirmation bias or whatever. And but then 99% of the time, I'm like, nah, fuck this fucking prick. Like just the way he fucking talks, I can tell he's a piece of shit. So, and like that's me 99% of the time how I feel about people. I won't like be like, I won't ever say things like that. I'll be like, I'll be a sociopath and just be like, hey, how's it going? But no, I'll be thinking, fuck, I want to kill that person. Um, but like I said, I experience being sober as just completely like stone cold sober reality. It's just like harsh. There's like no buzz to being me sober whatsoever. It's like flatline. And so I don't know if my thoughts are just like antisocial because I'm flatline or because being flatline is actually spiritually well. Uh, oh, well, okay. So there's been a lot of comments there. I didn't hear about them saying they cloned a baby. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying like the Dolly the sheep shit, they made such a big deal about that. And I didn't hear anything about them cloning a baby. How long ago was that? Yeah. Well, the only thing with Donald Marshall and his story I don't quite trust is I think that the making the songs up on the spot thing sounds like bullshit. And that's not just because like I try to do that too and I'm jealous or whatever. I might be like I'm probably fucking crazy, right? I don't know I'm jealous of someone. That's how crazy I am. But it doesn't sound plausible to even the best songwriter in the world that they can just make up hits on the spot, especially under pressure like that as a child. It sounds a little far fetched. So they say like shills, they mix 10% truth or lie ratio. So I'm just saying that's because I'm jealous and I lack self awareness. I'm saying that. But yeah, I agree. He's been pretty consistent with it otherwise, and it does line up with a lot of other stuff that I do tend to believe. So the Animal Farm guy, he never made any money. Um, yeah, with the foot pain thing, I've consulted Google AI, which is really the only other. It's like my best friend, honestly. And yeah, basically just rest. It's not going to be anything too bad if I just rest today, which is why I told my mom I can't pick her up at the airport. Um, honestly, it's because I didn't want to. But you know, I've got to remember when she gets back too, because that'll be awkward as fuck. Uh, um, yeah, I mean, it's a Truman Show of sorts. I think that movie is like literal and hypothetical at the same time. Um, like they could be filming this, but fuck, honestly, if they were filming my life, I don't think in even in a week they'd be have enough content for one episode. Unless, which is unless they can broadcast my thoughts as an inner monologue. If they can do that, then they can make a show from me every single day. I guarantee you. But I never talk. That's what I'm saying. So I might do stuff, but I don't talk to anyone. So yeah, and I know they can read my thoughts because they just appear on the fucking screen. Anything I'm using, it'll mirror back literally just my thoughts, like words that I've been thinking that were just I never think those words, and then I see them, and it's like, okay, I get it. You can read my mind at all times. So what I'm saying is, if they can do that, which they can, and they can do it to most of us from the sounds of what I've heard, then they could probably broadcast our own inner monologue to the live Truman Show audience um, through natural voice reader and their own ability to transcribe. Even if it's not 100%, it's still good enough. Like, you know, you watch a show in another country and it's like the dubbing is basic, but you're still like, yeah, I'm following. I get it. Magi mode, Magi. Is that like a Trump thing? Oh, okay. Yeah, that was like a kids movie. I don't know if I saw that, but I remember like the posters and whatnot. Yeah, when did they clone a baby though? When did they say they did? Obviously, that was like probably at least 20 years after the first time they cloned a baby. They'd raped and murdered millions since. Oh, it was like the same day, and they're like competing for the headlines, and the sheep won out. It was just like that. It had the better picture. They had better puns for the sheep cloning than the human baby cloning. It'd be weird if the baby looked like a sheep. You know, like what's going on in those labs? I didn't think weird shit would be happening in the human cloning lab. It's funny because if you think about it, only weird shit is going on in the human cloning lab. Oh, Donald never made any money from all his work on in Megadeth and writing for Britney Spears and whatnot. Am I a targeted individual? No, I was gonna say I shop at Kmart, but I knew it wouldn't be fucking funny, so I didn't say it. But okay, hold on. I'm getting thirsty again for water. Seems I can walk just fine to the fridge. I don't. I suppose if I'm one of the if I'm one of the Trumans, then I guess I am a targeted individual. But they stopped making that obvious a long time ago. Made a video about like how to avoid being gang stalked or some shit. and, but the stuff I said in there was all true, as always. And I feel like yeah, whatever I did worked. So if you want to know how to beat the system, I should start putting ads on my stuff before I start promoting it. Don't watch it until I put ads on. See, well, if I haven't read Animal Farm on 1984, there's no way I've read the Bible. It's like you're just going to say like it's one of those things where I don't need to read it. Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what's that in reference to, the Ascended Masters thing? MK Ultra is yeah, MK Ultra is the whole like television is MK Ultra. All entertainment is MK Ultra. All mainstream entertainment is MK Ultra. This probably stands for mainstream K Ultra. So, Reed, do you think they have to let people know because like it's a karmic contract sort of thing, or because they're like Bond villains, and they just like you know like in a Bond movie they always have to tell you their evil plan before they kill you, you know? Because serial killers probably do that sort of shit. They even do it in the mafia. So even yes, that's right. Even some mafiosos are psychopathic. Oh, you don't have to preface with something sounding schizophrenic at this point. Wow, that's probably sleep deprivation, the plain stuff, especially if you're noticing it, because like where your attention goes, energy flows, etc. I found that if I ever like need to take a nap because I'm an old man, um, someone will just start like the loudest bullshit will happen for like at least half an hour before, and it like right as I'm drifting off, that's when it starts. Someone starts mowing, or someone's decided they're going to start learning how to clog dance or something, some crazy shit. But see, that would make for good entertainment. We can't have the main character be asleep during the day. We we have to have him thinking about things so that we can broadcast those thoughts to the audience. Yeah, I mean, what does IQ even mean? Because really, it's just like I think common sense is rare. It's more like an instinctive kind of thing. Because like technically, people of all IQs were either for or against the jab, right? I wonder too about like what smart it really is sometimes, because like how some people can speak really well and eloquently, and not a single word is misplaced. Not like me, obviously, but like you know what I mean, like really eloquent speakers, and they're knowledgeable. But is any of that actually intelligence, or is it like actual intelligence, or is it all artificial intelligence? Because like a computer can memorize a lot of things, right? If it has enough memory, and being able to deliver things fluently doesn't necessarily. It's more like a genetic kind of thing. I'm not sure what I'm saying. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what this thing is. I think it's like an egg holder or something. This isn't my house. The people who live here are dead. Um, but I keep him on screen so that by comparison, I look somewhat healthy. You guys notice that with casting and things? That's generally how it goes. Like in shows and movies for women, they tend to cast very average, we'll just say average looking women as the lead. And like the hunkiest heartthrob dude you've ever fucking seen in your life as a love interest. What is autism? You're experiencing that right now, James. No, but seriously, that's like every single romantic comedy, anything for women, even if it's like action sci-fi shit. The lead actress is usually pretty she's fine, but and then she's got like the studliest dude ever as her boyfriend, and it's all because if you like, women don't want to watch a prettier woman than them get with a guy who they want to get with. So every single show or movie for women has an average ish looking woman and a super hot guy, because most people are average, and then they don't want to, you know what I mean? It's if you don't believe me, go look at like anything made for women, 99% of it. 90, we'll say 90% of it. So, and like the way that they don't hire really super attractive looking people anymore, because mostly like women decide who's going to the movie. So yeah, I like okay, so I had just I realized this by having a female friend who she's like, you always say what we watch. I want to decide what we watch. It's like, okay, fine. It's like she wanted to watch teen shows from the late 90s and early 2000s. I was like, that's where I noticed it, like fucking having to watch Smallville. Like See, I'm going to sound superficial, but like it's a true thing. The fucking and I'm not gay. I'm not. I know that's the first thing a gay dude would say. I'm not gay, but I fucking notice what someone looks like. And yeah, like the women on the show, they're not like it's they're not really doing it for me. And as I'm not saying the dudes were doing it for me, but like it's like they're like, are you fucking kidding me? Kind of like good looking people. And yeah, and also like they sexualize the men in Smallville, like uh they're always like talking down to Clark Kent, and like the ladies in the show pretty much always solve the mystery or whatever, and it's like it's so sexist. Like this dude is like sexualized and just like treated as eye candy, almost furniture, and like yeah, the whole standards and all this stuff. Anyway, sorry, I do have better things to say about that, but I'm being petty right now. And also, honestly, I sound pretty fucking gay. But that's what watching those shows does to you. Oh, Superman. Well, back to the Hitler stuff. Isn't there something like about Nazi Superman or something like that? Superman was like Nazi propaganda, perhaps. People never notice that, like, if you put a little short mustache on Superman's face, it's like he looks exactly like Hitler. Oh yeah, that's not what I mean. I'm just saying, like, the women were pretty, but the dudes are sexy. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like gender coon glass ceiling. Will you speak English? Yeah, I mean, I barely even touched on, thank goodness, the pedophile stuff in that recent video I did. That's just like the tip of the iceberg. Like, you watch SNL these days, which I don't, but like I've unfortunately seen clips of new episodes, and yeah, it's so overt. Like they're like playing 8-year olds or something in a slumber party, and like one of them, because they're all adults playing children, and one of the whole act is that one of the girls wants to fuck the dad of her friend, and she's like overtly sexual, but it's just like you can do that because it's a grown up playing. It's not really a kid being sexual, but the it doesn't change the intent that they're showing that, and it's like they're not saying it's wrong. They're not saying it's right. They're just presenting it, and it's getting laughter. So if anything, they're reinforcing a positive feeling towards it. That's like what comedy is used for the most part, is to make people smile or laugh at something wrong. That's the whole idea of it. That's like certain shows are good at that. More in the past, yes, they are designed for that nefarious purpose, but it's secondary because they have a spiritual aspect because the people writing them are real people. Um, but then you have shit like Family Guy, that sort of start the end of the 90s and onwards is where it just starts to be like normalizing dysfunction and yeah, psychopathy. Well, it's like a reincarnation trap. If you experience your whole life at a low vibration, you're not going to see through the lies of the world. Like big picture, it's all reincarnation is why they want people to be dumb and evil and all that. They don't want you to be spiritual because once you're spiritual, you start to realize there's a better place than Earth, and you have a whole list of reasons why you would never want to come back, and you have no list of reasons why you would ever want to come back. So the afterlife takes care of itself. Whereas if you are caught in the trap of their frequency and all their mind control and whatnot, and you don't know up from down anymore. When you die, you're going to be so filled with hate and regret and whatever else that they've got you, and they don't need to do much to get you to agree to come back. And it's probably not like a spoken thing like, hey, so would you like to experience hell? I mean, Earth again? It's not like that. It's not like you walk up to a person at a desk and you sign a contract. It's probably like what they show in Star Trek and shit like that, where they'll take on the appearance because they're reptilian shapeshifters. That's probably why one of the things that you have to learn when you're on this planet is the phrase reptilian shapeshifter. It doesn't seem to actually mean anything while you're here, but you have to know that that's a thing so that when you die, it's because it's one of the things that play in that scene is the reptilian shapeshifter is taking on the image of someone who you basically are seeking validation from. And if there's anyone like that when you die, which for most people is they've got fucking pick at the litter of who they could impersonate to recycle you. Um, yeah, it's basically that. I think that's why they want everyone to be long term. Why they want everyone to be fucked up, because it's like in that scene in Star Trek. They want to feed on you for eternity. That means keep you in a loop where you never exit the VR. You mean like reach your full potential? Yeah, yeah. Um, Anna, Seven Anna. I don't know how to say that. Um, what was the movie? I hated it, but it was a Pixar one. Um, where they show all the emotions in a little girl's head. It's very sick and manipulative. But that movie, I think they showed she goes into her dreams and they show that it's basically a set with shapeshifters sometimes, somehow. Well, that would be like a regret, wouldn't it? Inside Out. Inside Out is the one I was talking about. And there's the Inside Out 2, which I didn't see, but I imagine it's more of the same but worse. It's not like revelatory or anything. It might have nothing to do with what we're talking about, but that's the first thing I thought of when you mentioned if the sometimes reptilians can be shapeshifters in your dreams. I do know that sometimes if you like if you're more conscious than normal inside a dream, you can if you call things out, like they stop doing it. It's like they sort of freeze. Not like it would happen in real life where the scene would go on and people would act as if, what are you talking about? Blah blah blah. I've had dreams where I've called the actors in and out, and then it's just sitting in awkward silence because they don't know what to do. It's like that's more like Truman Show. Sometimes in a dream, you experience those kind of moments where it's like, okay, this is obviously some sort of set with actors pretending to be something else. Yeah, but that movie Inside Out, it's like sick because like they're explaining this is how the human mind works, and all these like rage, it's a normal part of who you are. Everyone has rage. Everyone should. Here's depression. This is going to be your best friend, and it's like putting like that expectation of reality into kids and like that kind of this is officially like what everyone's like. Literally saying that and being like using the fun of a movie to like really sell it is so fucking sick. Yeah. I look at a normal clock and the numbers are jumbled, but that's just because I'm illiterate. Um, can you be number illiterate? What is that? So, Alicia, is that like, are you saying that like literally every single thing that happens that you see that like it's all manifesting? With all the like with the idea of that being like the trap being a speculation, what about like all the people who say like they've died and don't go into the light? Do you think like that maybe that's the reverse? Maybe you're supposed to go into the light? Because that's like the consistent thing is like they felt like a white light and it had like a magnetic sort of pull on them, which didn't feel natural. Yeah. Do you think that's why like a lot of real people seem to be like um similar? Mm. So do you believe in like a soul trap or anything like that? Because it just makes too much sense to me. Like this whole place is to fuck with people, as if they wouldn't have a like a loophole to fuck with people in out policy. Did you experience anything for those 3 days that you were under? Did you like have any like out of body experience? Yeah. How come? Okay. How come it's hard for me to believe in good things? Because like so you don't remember um experience anything, but like your body was clearly reacting to something. Sounds like Jacob's Ladder a little bit with all the ice baths and whatnot. Mm. Well, I mean, I do believe in all that stuff. I've been called a narcissist for believing that. It's like what Kanye West says, I am a god and all that stuff. That does resonate with me. I do actually have that kind of I know I have power. But I don't see it in a lot of others. So that's disempowering for me. Maybe I don't know. Well, I'm not saying Kanye got it completely right. He's normally hits a bullseye, but what I mean is just like feeling like well, we're just being creative for one is being like God. Oh, holy shit! No wonder I'm hungry. It's lunchtime. What about like evil people? Are they are they God too? Like just having a different experience? Because I mean, I believe I've experienced. It's like yeah, people who are born bad. You know, I'm not like I don't really run into many problems in life or anything like that. It's like not like I really have any direct experience with evil or anyone really getting in my way or doing anything bad to me. But I am aware of that sort of energy in those individuals, like especially at the gym and stuff. Like all the dudes on steroids and whatnot, they're fucking crazy. Like you can tell. Um, like they're really angry and sort of rapey kind of people. Um, but I mean, if I'm being honest, I suppose I am too. Is that it? Is that really it? Like, I mean, it might be. I realized it was lunchtime and that I should probably go, and yet I stay on and say shit like that. Not all kids are pure, man. I've literally seen one that was a piece of shit that came out looking like a little green monster. So like, when did this happen? Your Kundalini awakening? Because I've had moments of that, like where like I love everyone, and it's like probably what it's like to do heroin or something, but it definitely passes. It passes pretty damn quickly. No, I'm not saying deprivation, but you don't want to get into any sort of loop where it takes up too much of your attention from yourself. But what facilitated it was what like brought it on. When I was like waking up, I had like I'd be like close my eyes and then there'd just be like a flash of light right in front of them and I'd have to open them like what the hell was that? And there was that whole incident with the frog people. It's not a joke either. I've said that before, but they showed me how to walk through like windows and stuff and the windows were closed and put their hand on my head and did like a thing and flash a light and stuff. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember you saying that. COVID, so like so it just sort of it just happened. Um I was trying to think of a name like for my music. And so I had my friend write down a bunch of funny band names as a joke, like say just write down a bunch and if any of them are good, I'll choose them because I can't fucking think of anything. And she wrote down like 20 or 30 like joke band names, and I thought Truth Dog was like a good one. It just had a ring to it, and I don't know, seemed to say something about me. And so I went with that. And but before I did anything with my music, I started a YouTube channel where I wanted to appear schizophrenic to the public, and so I was saying crazy shit. So I was like, okay, so what's the name going to be? And it's like, well, the only one I got right now is Truth Dog, so I put that there, and it seemed to fit probably better than it does for a musician's name because people don't like if you're going to put music out, the last thing people want to deal with is truth. You know what I mean? I might as well be singing political songs with a name like that. Um, but yeah, that sounds true enough, doesn't it? Sounds so made up that it's true. But ever since, it's led me schizophrenically to believe that I'm Anubis. I'm not even kidding. The the dog-headed god that judges you in the afterlife. I think I'd be good at that. And so, like, why else did a stranger name me Truth Dog other than to remind me of, it's like one of those breadcrumbs things, or it could be, or I'm just fucking crazy. The name Truth Dog? Yeah, see, I thought it was a cool name, but yeah, I'm not so sure anymore. I just oh yeah, well, with all my songs that I posted, I've deliberately like sabotaged every single one. Like I'm way better than how I come across in the stuff I post. The music, like especially the singing, like and my arrangements, it's not even finished. Like um I'm sitting on a lot of songs that are really, really, really good that I just don't post because I don't want to post them and then have them get a flat reaction. So pretty much everything I've posted of my music up until this point has been unfinished, good to pretty good songs, and I'm fucking terrified of actually putting out the songs I really like. I'm also terrified of finishing them because I've released some that were really, really good songs, but I didn't finish them, and so they didn't seem very really good to people who aren't in my head. And yeah, so like just I've self-sabotaged my fucking self so bad. But that's all I really want to do is music. But it's I can't put them out on my channel because my channel is blacklisted into oblivion. Um, I don't want to put them on Truth Dog Music. I fucking hate that channel. I don't know if I want to be called Truth Dog. Um, and I don't know how I'm supposed to release my music. Super Falls. That's not too bad. Um, I don't know how to release because I don't have any resources. So it's just sad as fuck for someone to put out songs that like it sounds like it's a band, like a full band. It sounds like, hey, these people, if you were to hear my songs complete, you'd be like, sounds like a fucking cool band. Like these guys, these are some cool guys or something. But it's just me, and I don't fucking like I don't even know what I played on these songs like 5 years ago because I just jam and I don't know how to read music. I don't know how to listen to music and play a song. I just make up shit and edit it into a song. And so like I can't get on camera and perform my songs, which is like the best way you could sell a song. Is for people to see, oh wow, a human being is actually doing that. I can't fucking do that. I don't have the resources to like make a video clip. Um, yeah, so like that's the main reason why I don't do anything with my music because it's like I literally don't know what to fucking do. Well, at this point, I'd be perfectly happy to just sell my songs to like, yeah, real artists, and they can improve it a little bit, and you got a fucking hit right there. There's elements of hit in nearly everything I do. It's my standard. I'm not gonna like, like I never start a song and you're like, okay, like where's this going? Usually I start a song and it's with a riff and it's like it's not some shit. It's got its own edge. It's like a scene in a movie. So I'm very serious about this and I love it and I just don't know what the fuck to do. And I've been like really badly not traumatized, but well I have been, but I'm not talking about that. Demotivated by how fucking embarrassing it's been so far. Use the Jew with it, yeah. Well, and also like I've got hundreds of songs. I don't know, like if I was to put them in an album, I don't know how to fucking like where I'd start. And it's like, well, just put anything out. It's like, wait, which fucking song? Like, I didn't just write any of them yesterday, so none of them are screaming out, like, you need to say this right now. All my songs I've listened to like 4 billion times. And like honestly, I'm sick of them. Even if I were to put them on, I'd be like, yeah, that's a good song. So it's like, and like I'm at the age where I don't care anymore about any of that. Like I don't really want to do things like. So it's not like I'm motivated to prove myself or to like get somewhere in life because like I don't need to. Um, but I also know like being successful with that is the only way I'm ever going to experience any kind of life, because I'm the type of person who seems to be so intimidating that no one will ever introduce themselves to me. So it's always on me, and I'm not that kind of person who wants to do that. So I'm the type of person who will only get to like form a relationship with people who are like, "Oh, you're that fucking guy." I'm like, "Yeah," and then they'll have questions for me, and there won't be that small talk of, "Hi, how's it going?" Fuck. Like I don't feel like I'm the type of person. Maybe it's a God thing, who should have to walk around and introduce themselves to everybody. It's clearly I'm not fucking Joe Schmo. And like, obviously, that sounds arrogant and insane, but that is the reality. That's fucking what it's like. I'm the type of person people assume that is somebody, and it's the scariest shit in the world for me to have a conversation with anyone, because two small talk questions in, they're going to find out that I'm actually nobody. I've never had anybody. I've never done anything. They're like, "Well, I thought you were like cool or something." Yeah, well, that's great that you thought that. That's why I don't want to fucking talk to anybody, because they're all going to realize that I'm not as cool as I seem. Like, I'm basically a virgin. I'm not a virgin at all, but like, I might as fucking well be at this point. Like, I don't remember the last time. And like, everybody fucking has sex with everybody else, and I'm like this fucking, oh man. You know what I mean? It's just, it's the most awkward fucking existence I'm having. No, I'm not a sociopath like you. I can't just pretend to not know the things I know. I can't just fucking. But there is like, no one knows anything. No, I'm telling you, I'm exactly right. I'm not. I'm meant to be a person that you know when you meet me. I'm not the fucking type of person. I don't know if it's Sigma male or whatever the fuck. I'm not a hi, how are you? My name is, well, I don't even fucking know what to say. I don't want to say any of that shit. It makes me like uncomfortable to even run through a small talk script in my head. It's like the most robotic fucking crap. The only reason I'd go along with it is if someone did it to me is because I'd be overwhelmed with social anxiety. I'd just comply out of fucking fear. That's what most social interactions are. It's just like complying through sheer and utter fucking social anxiety. I'm not like a normal person, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not even close to being a normal person. Like, socially, I'm like some sort of animal that you shouldn't like keep in your house. Um, you know what I mean? Most people are like cats and dogs when they socialize. I'm like a wild animal. No, I don't use the little doggy door. I don't drink from the fucking bowl. I'm autistic. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's like socializing to me, small talk, breaking the ice with people, especially having to fucking the one who has to initiate it. it's like a medical exam or something. It's like you have to go through something incredibly humiliating and uncomfortable to get any sort of anything sort of good out of it. I don't think it's natural for people to have to introduce themselves. Everyone should know everybody. There's too many people. The the human is the humiliation ritual, it seems. What I'm saying is my merits are artistic, creative things, and that's where my value in this world will be understood and appreciated if I do it right. So all I'm saying is my track isn't like meeting people through through like the usual channels. It will be through meeting people at events and parties and things like that, because that's where I'm uh, more in my element. That when there's a lot of stuff going on, I'm really fun to talk to because I notice a lot of shit, so I can be like, "Hey, what's going on there?" or whatever. But day to day, there's not a lot of opportunity to use your environment as a talking point because it's all fucking sterile and machine-like and identical, and it's not like a super interesting thing to mention, to somebody. But yeah, like being in an exciting environment, which is what I feel like I'm made for. Yeah, well, that's what it feels like. It feels like I've been building up to this point because, getting myself well in a lot of different ways. And I have all these songs that I like honestly I could be really successful with. Um just getting to the point where I feel like I'm ready. And they say you never feel like you're ready, so I might sit on this stuff forever, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm very much against all the label medical stuff too. It's puts people in a victim mentality, which I hope that's not what I'm doing, but probably is. The fact there's a spectrum too, they can't nail it down to anything specific. They have to fucking make it so general it encompasses nearly anybody just in case, Like because like I'm not, you think of an autistic person and you think of like Rain Man, like "Oh, definitely, definitely. I'm not like I don't hit my head when I go definitely, definitely, so I'm not as autistic as that guy. Um, no, but you know what I mean? Like some people can seem normal and they're still autistic, and some people are like retards and like of course they're autistic. So what the heck? Well, it's a good thing your nose broke your fall both times. Yeah, well, recently I came to the conclusion that if any of those labels are true, a thing called ADHD, autistic and ADHD at the same time, because like forget, maybe it was just a video I saw or something, but it seemed to describe me better than a lot of those other kind of autistic or ADHD on their own have done. So I'm not completely sold on any of that stuff, and I don't want it to be true. Even if I am, I wouldn't want people to know or people to identify me as that necessarily, unless it got me out of something, unless it legally gave me some sort of leeway, I'd pull the autistic card like that. But if it's an interpersonal thing, I don't want people sort of thinking I'm mentally disabled because I'm the opposite. I think they're the fucking retards. Don't tell them I said that. Well, I haven't been diagnosed with anything. That sounds maybe a little more serious. The best doctors in America have said you have psychosis, um, but you don't believe in labels. You're all fixed now. That's good. Yeah, I've heard that. That's like the more common kind of reaction is that people. I read that. I was reading through the comments. Everyone saying that they're in tears because like they finally understand who they are or they have an answer and it's everything. So probably just throw sociopath into my thing and now it makes sense. Well, isn't that kind of what you were sort of encouraging me to do, Soul Reed? Because that's what I was trying to tell you. I'm not comfortable with is like acting like something that like I'm not. I don't think I've done it yet. So I like it's like not having tattoos. It's like, well, you make it to a certain age. It's like, well, I guess I'm never getting a tattoo. That's kind of how it is for like playing along for me. I don't think I've ever said bro to anyone, for instance. Like I can't do that shit. I say man and dude, but like that was the programming when I was a child. Once I was like a teenager, I never say let's chill, let's what the fuck, like I don't say bro, I don't say whatever fucking brainwash shit that you're supposed to say, like the thing that makes you less awkward. I never fucking want to do it because it just feels like uh, it wrong. It just feels wrong. I know it's wrong. Yeah, that again, yeah, I think that you like we have the choice to do whether or not you participate in this or that. Um, the way that this world is set up, though, it feels like you damned if you do or damned if you don't. So like you give away a part of yourself to fit in with someone else. That's not good. Or you choose to protect a part of yourself, you get rejected. That's not good. But spiritually for me, I'd rather face yeah, I know that it's the better path to be alone because your standards aren't being met or you don't feel like spiritually safe. If you're going that way with your nose, I think that's a good sign, and I think that's what I do. I think I just say no to things that are wrong. Well, yeah, I mean, because reality is so, what's the word? There's so little consequence, really. Like we live a lot of the time in a state of just being so aware or afraid of consequence, but most of the time, fucking nothing that we do matters. Um, So yeah, you could believe in whatever you want, and it won't be proven wrong. Like a lot of my videos in the past that I've made, they're all like they could all just be me thinking whatever I was saying was real. But yeah, so like believing whatever you want to believe and it being real, that's pretty much, yeah, that's a given. Yeah, I mean, I think if you're here for a reason, I don't even think you can die until it's your time. It's like a prison sentence, you know? Like if you die, it's just there'll be a flash of light and you'll be reset back a few seconds and be like, or a few seconds ahead of what of your death, and you'll be like, oh, okay. Don't know how I got through that. Don't even remember what happened. Well, it has that word again, cell. Oh, hold on. My mum's home. I gotta go.